What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. I want to talk about some general, really good, positive institutional investor news. Why the Gary Gensler era of regulation by enforcement and these government officials who are very anti-crypto might not be ending, but actually might be getting started. The most bullish pattern possible in technical analysis of price charts is now being seen on the XRP chart. A big story about Iraq making big statements about their currencies they will prefer for oil sales, and a theory about the XRP price already being fixed. So you can see 4 days ago, my last video, Bitcoin was at this same price. But if we go over to the XRP price chart really quick, you'll see XRP is actually outperforming Bitcoin right now with a nice green candle from 55.5 cents to almost touching this resistance level of 61 cents, sitting at about 59 cents right now. That's always good to see. A reminder to use a Ledger wallet. If you want to support the channel and you don't have a cold storage wallet, I have one of each of these, and you get a little bit of a discount if you buy it through my link in the video description below. But don't keep your crypto on these centralized exchanges. This is one of the biggest individual hacks we've ever seen. This guy is named Loopify. Zach XBT is a blockchain sleuth. He covers a lot of scammers. But this guy goes by Loopify on Twitter, and he was scammed for 4,000 Bitcoins. Scam, hacked, doesn't really matter. He lost his 238 million. Absolutely crazy. Information still to come on this, but make sure you guys protect your crypto. Any amount in the hundreds. It might seem like not a good investment to buy an $80 cold storage wallet, but you never know what that few $100 of crypto could be worth 5 years from now. I want to take a moment to thank everyone for their support on the channel. The best way to support the channel is by hitting the like button. And if you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. It gives me some feedback. It lets me know I'm not wasting your time, and that hopefully you're enjoying the content. So thank you in advance for that. So this is a really cool chart right here. It shows the last 4 bull runs for crypto. A lot of people are saying we're heading into a bear run for Bitcoin. And one of the interesting things is there's a pre-bull phase after the halving. There's a first bull phase right after maybe 150 days from the halving. And then there's a second bull phase. So this guy is speculating on 2025. Bitcoin has already hit new all-time highs this year, but he's speculating that we're just really getting started. And you might see a short-term dump in the meantime. Warren Buffett is holding $277 billion in cash, the most amount of cash his firm Berkshire Hathaway has ever held by a long run, and he's selling stocks like never before. If you want to see what he is currently holding, you can pause the screen right now. This is his holdings for Berkshire Hathaway, and 30% of the portfolio is in Apple stock, which is a crazy high majority. And this is after he sold 50% of all of his shares of Apple. So if Warren Buffett is holding cash, that would dictate probably a crash here in the near future. If you spot something similar, it'll take some time to play out, so have some patience. This guy shows the current Bitcoin price chart, and he mirrors it with gold. And keep in mind, after they launched the gold exchange traded products in the mid 2000s, gold over the next 8 years saw a massive return. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is going to experience what the gold ETF did to gold, but on a much shorter time frame, because you have these massive institutional buyers coming in, whereas with the gold ETFs, a lot of them are already exposed to gold. And so what they do is they take the fractal, which is a chart pattern from previous times on the chart, and show where Bitcoin could go. A lot of people think 100K, 150K in this next bull run is not too far-fetched. But on the other side, that's only a 3x return from right now. Bitcoin at 50K to 150K. To be in the world's most volatile asset class like crypto, to be exposing yourself to that volatility, I'm looking for more than a 3x. Now, if you're a multi-millionaire already, maybe you're just looking to preserve your wealth. A 3x is fine. But that's why I like these altcoins like XRP, specifically because XRP hasn't even hit all-time highs. Really quick, if you guys want $41 for free, sign up with Webull, deposit 1 penny. You're guaranteed $41 in free stocks. Sell your stocks, close your account, do whatever you want. It's a great way to get 41 bucks for free. Check out Webull in the video description below. And if you need a spot to get XRP, Bitcoin, ETH, Flare, check out Uphold. It's sleek, it's simple, it's secure. And you can also find a link to Uphold in the video description below. A few general stories, positive headlines for crypto. Italy's second oldest bank, Banca Sella, probably said that wrong, is to offer Bitcoin trading to over 1.3 million customers. Just in, Dubai approves Bitcoin and crypto for salary payments. Not surprising, as Dubai is probably the most favorable crypto geographical region in the world. $2.8 trillion asset manager Goldman Sachs has disclosed 400 million, almost half a billion, in Bitcoin ETF holdings. And this right here shows the Bitcoin balance on exchanges hitting an all-time low. This guy says supply shock incoming. Now the chart is a little bit misleading because it looks like it's at 0, but if you look at the scale right here, it's actually at 2.7 million, down from 3.3 million. So there's still a lot of Bitcoin on exchanges, but what this does show is the trend. Bitcoin is getting bought up, and a lot of this is because of these institutional buyers who are spending hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars every quarter on these Bitcoin ETF products. Talking about the XRP chart having the most bullish pattern in technical analysis on its chart right now, the golden cross. The golden cross is when a long-term time frame exponential moving average is passed by a short moving average, and you can see right here that this blue line is passing the yellow and the black line. That could be a reason for why the chart was showing a little bit of a pump, but typically when these golden crosses happen, positive golden crosses, bullish, negative golden crosses, bearish. This is a positive golden cross. Good stuff to see on the XRP price chart. I covered Waters Above. He's another YouTuber. He mixes in like astrology and numerology into crypto. And I covered this chart recently, and he says we are still on track. And he shows the time before the 2018 exponential bull run when XRP did a 40,000% return. And he says we are here, the same spot where XRP was in 2017. And the chart looks very similar. Not many charts, not many cryptocurrencies can say they've had a 7-year consolidation period. There's not a lot of people dumping XRP at this point, and it's just a matter of time before it moves. I know this might seem like droning out this information at this point because you've been waiting for 7 years, but keep in mind this impulse happened in about a 2-week period. XRP going up 30-40,000% when XRP moves, and moves really fast. Speaking of Iraq, they announced yesterday they are thinking about selling oil with the Iraqi currency, the dinar, instead of the dollar. Read both pictures. Basically, they are telling you they will change the rate. And this is from the Iraqi news agency talking about implementing a petro dinar. This is on the back of Saudi Arabia this year for the first time in my lifetime in recent history that they've accepted currencies besides the US dollar, which is huge. The US dollar was taken off the gold reserve, the gold standard, in 1971 or 72. And ever since then, the value of the dollar has been through petroleum. That's why they call it the petrodollar. And so as soon as other currencies are being accepted for petroleum, it just goes to show the declining preference of using the US dollar and the declining strength of it. Talking about Kamala Harris really quick. This headline says she is bungling her opportunity to win crypto voters. Look at this right here, guys. Kamala Harris considering Gary Gensler as the Treasury Secretary if elected president, according to Senate sources. Gary Gensler, think about it, guys. He did a wonderful job as the SEC commissioner, right? He definitely deserves a promotion. What? Just goes to show, if you listen to these people telling you what to do, Gary Gensler, he has a 9-figure net worth. He's worth over $100 million. His salary is in the hundreds of thousands. But who are the people donating to his campaign funds? Big banks, Citadels, the BlackRocks, the Goldman Sachs. And so these people will act in best favor of their funders, and it's just crazy to me that he's about to get a promotion if she wins just because he scratches the backs of the right people. Another negative thing, Kamala Harris wants to raise corporate tax rate from 21% to 28%. You need a tax rate that people will actually pay. Rich people don't pay taxes, large corporations don't pay taxes, right? Why didn't Amazon pay any taxes despite having a huge income? They avoided more than $5 billion in corporate income tax, right? They have ways to move their money to avoid all these taxes. So why, and obviously Kamala Harris knows this, right? She's not an idiot. So why raise the corporate tax rate? Maybe to pander to people who think, oh, these corporations are getting too big, which I agree they are, but the solution is not to tax them more because they're not even paying taxes. Now, on the flip side, instead of appointing Gary Gensler, you have things like Donald Trump. And I'm not trying to get political here, but who do you think should have a position in the White House? Someone like Elon Musk, who is building stuff that benefits society, or someone like Gary Gensler, who is a fraud and did terrible in his previous role? Donald Trump saying he would offer Elon Musk a cabinet role or advisory role if elected president. The Texas Stock Exchange is launching now in Dallas. Basically, over the course of the past decade, Dallas has passed New York in terms of being people who are employed in finance and insurance. Dallas is a massive hub in the south part of the USA. And they're saying it's not Wall Street anymore, it's Y'all Street. And BlackRock actually has some investments. They are a founding member of the new Texas Stock Exchange, which is set to entirely next-gen digital infrastructure from the ground up. Their goal is total tokenization of assets in crypto. New York wasn't working fast enough. Texas also has much more positive regulations towards this kind of stuff. And you think about BlackRock's goal is total tokenization of assets. What is Ripple always talking about as of recently? Real world asset tokenization. And speaking of tokenization, the first church ever, Colorado Church Group, tokenizes its $2.5 million chapel. An interesting story, but I thought I'd include it after talking about real world asset tokenization. One of the first use cases of this will be real estate, sporting tickets. There's lots of opportunity for real world asset tokenization, and this is just a small example of what I believe a lot of real world assets will be doing in the near future. And going forward on real world asset tokenization, listen to this right here. Confirmation that DBS Bank, the largest bank in Singapore, is using Ripple for real world asset tokenization.
For me, payments is really broad, so it's really anything that needs fast settlement. And the next wave of growth I really see in real world asset tokenization. We have customers like HSBC, DBS, the biggest bank in Singapore, DZ Bank in Europe, and they're all entering the space to tokenize a variety of assets like money market funds, sometimes real estate, gold, other, and they all need fast payments and settlement, and that's where I think the next trillions of dollars of growth will come to. This is really broad, so it's really...
The next trillions of dollars of growth in the space will come from real world asset tokenization. Now, this has been making a lot of moves on crypto Twitter and in the XRP space, talking about 1,700 non-disclosure agreements between Ripple and major banks, financial institutions, and companies. This came out in the lawsuit. It says in discovery, the parties produced, as Ripple did, over 1,700 contracts, which are specific agreements by Ripple, where they transferred XRP to contractual counterparties in a variety of commercial transactions. In his expert report, David Schwartz, Ripple CTO, organized the 1,700 contracts into 4 categories. Contracts by which Ripple transferred XRP directly to a counterparty. Contracts by which Ripple's counterparties agreed to sell XRP on behalf of Ripple over trading platforms. Contracts by which Ripple paid for various counterparty services in XRP, and miscellaneous contracts that don't fall in the first 3 categories. So the interesting ones here are Ripple transferring XRP directly to a counterparty, because you have to ask, why are they doing this? And then these miscellaneous contracts that he chooses not to detail, right? Are these CBDC contracts? Are these contracts to use XRP in the future? But it has a lot of people speculating on what exactly is in these 1,700 contracts. A great tweet here from Ripple. We are now seeing a lot of interest in banks from XRP. Your daily reminder that XRP is not for retail. Ripple's approach to the adoption of XRP has been overlapping chains of innovation. And in their words, the most elegant end state of our Ripple solution is Ripple, the Interledger protocol, and XRP seamlessly working together. And speaking of the Interledger protocol, it allows the bridging of different domestic instant payment systems. They give you a chart of all these different countries and their instant payment systems right now. Pretty much every major economic power, every first and second world country is working on developing an instant payment solution. And their Ripple payment solution, which is what used to be called ODL, is designed to directly connect financial institutions, banks, and payment service providers. In addition, the underlying neutral Interledger protocol allows for bridging different domestic IPS infrastructures. So this is not to say Ripple is out of the door when these other countries are doing these instant payment systems. They need some infrastructure to unite all of their different interpayment systems. And that's what Ripple Payments does. Now, there's a lot of talk always about the flip of the switch. And this kind of explains the more realistic meaning behind that. They say it's still early days for Swift's digital ledger technology, proof of concept. However, which is some years away. Indeed, it could be regarded as a trailing rival projects such as Ripple's Interledger protocol-based framework and its collection of partnership banks. According to Marcus Treaker, global head of strategic accounts at Ripple, he says Swift is acting like a classic incumbent, adopting an incremental change approach to DLT, adding for them, it's all about the timing of the switch towards a newer connectivity and tech model. This is called creative destruction. When new technology comes in, it's an economics term, when new technology comes into a space, it destroys old technology. Obviously, Swift has dominated this space for a long time. Why would they want their technology to get overrun by something more innovative than Ripple? So they will hold this off as long as they can until they have to flip that switch and actually adopt this technology because it just has better product market fit. How XRP goes global. As I've shown, XRP is the primary currency of the Interledger protocol. It's an essential component to the money transfer mechanism of the ILP. It is so essential that in order to configure a connection to the Interledger protocol, XRP must be set as the default currency. In the second image, it is geographically illustrated how the XRP ledger network is mapped between nodes to conduct transactions within a country with Amazon Web Services Cloud. And in the third image, a global map of Earth is shown with the Interledger protocol routes, connections from USA to France to Hong Kong. This explicitly outlines the international reach of the Interledger protocol. The global reach of the Interledger protocol also means the global reach of XRP. Once you have all of these different governments' instant payment systems on the Interledger protocol, imagine the amount of XRP that's going to start to get burnt. XRP is a deflationary currency, right? Every transaction that happens with XRP burns a small amount of that XRP. But if you think about trillions of dollars daily going through the XRP ledger, that amount of burn on the XRP token is going to be very bullish for the price. And now I want to leave you with this right here. If you've made it this far in the video, comment ILP. I don't take 18 minutes of your day for granted. I hope you got something out of this video, but let me know you're a loyal viewer and you made it to the end by commenting ILP. This guy's Black Swan Capitalist, and let me know your thoughts about this in the comments if you want. But he gives a prediction about how XRP has already been set price-wise by the IMF in the thousands, and that the official price of gold is set twice a day at these times. Says this is called gold fixing. And he says, I could really see the XRP price set a long time ago by the IMF or the Bank of International Settlements. Take a listen.
When we talk about the price of XRP, we have to look at the debt. And central banks have an incentive to dissolve that debt right now. And they found a solution, which is blockchain. They actually are going to, in my opinion, based on the research, and also I can confirm this, that the International Monetary Fund has already agreed on a price before all this integration started to happen. So this was a few years ago. They agreed upon a price, and I got a lot of information from Linda P. Jones has a friend who worked at the Central Bank of Australia, and she said that they agreed upon a price, and it's in the thousands. Now, when we again talk about the XRP price, we have to look at the global debt, the incentive for central banks to dissolve global debt, in fact, also to utilize this liquidity, source of liquidity from XRP to facilitate, transparency. Moving into the digital economy, this is what they're going to be using. XRP is a financial instrument to serve the global economy. When we talk about
That's all I got for you today, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Until next time.